We're here today in the Lake District, which is one of the most beautiful parts of England. It's a place that everybody should visit at least once in their lifetime.
Oh.
But it's also got a very checkered past, particularly during the 19th century when there was a lot of industry based around these lakes, most notably copper mining.
What?
We've got here today is a lost landscape. These are lost copper mines. They were worked during the 1800s, and they were worked very intensively. And yet there is very little trace of them today, because the landscape has been allowed to just grow back. So these are totally lost to view. What we can see here is the sort of mining methods that were used. Shallow open cast workings, where the top of the hill has been literally blasted away, to get at the copper, or that S, inside the earth. The men would have used gelignite to blast the rock, and then they would use water to wash away all the debris, leaving behind the copper ore. The copper ore would then be taken down into the valleys by a series of inclines. The same sort of inclines that you would have used to get coal out of a mine, and then finally, it would be transported down to the local smelting mill. There are several of those dotted around the Lake District, and the whole point of this was to extract the copper from the ore. This was a very dirty and dangerous way of working. Most of the men who worked in the mines around here were young lads, quite literally boys, and they worked in very dangerous conditions, often without any safety equipment at all. This copper was then sent all over the world. A lot of it went to America to help build the great cities of New York and Chicago. And a lot of it was also used for things like roofing. So why did they stop mining copper here? Well, basically the price of copper fell dramatically during the late 1800s, and it just was unviable to carry on mining it. So all of these mines were lost. We came up here to do our dig. We were hoping to find some sort of lost mining settlement, perhaps some old buildings or the foundations of houses that had been used by the miners who worked here. But in fact, all we found was this copper smelting furnace. It dates to about 1790. It's about 250 years old, and it's the only physical remains of this lost industry. It is important that we keep these places in our memory because they re part of our national heritage. They're part of the story of the Industrial Revolution. It's also part of the story of the Lake District, which is a place that's renowned for its natural beauty, but has a past that's just as fascinating.